Hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on the greater city and regional sport. I would like to show my respect and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the elders past and present, on which this meeting is taking place. I would also like to acknowledge any Aboriginal people viewing this recording. The purpose of today is to walk you through the Greater Cities and Regional Sport Facility Fund Round 2. This includes a snapshot on the success of Round 1, an overview of Round 2, including opening and closing dates, fund objectives, the eligibility criteria, the application process through our new online grant system, Smarty Grants, the guidelines, the assessment process, and the all-important timeframe. I'm lucky at the Office of Sport to have a fantastic team to support the delivery of this fund. If you have any questions about Round 2 of the Greater Cities and Regional Sport Facility Fund, then please feel free to contact them on 13 13 02 or at the email address infrastructuregrants@sport.nsw.gov.au. There is a lot to get through, so without further ado, let's get started. The Greater Cities and Regional Sport Facility Fund is the overarching fund, and it includes two streams. The first is the Greater Cities stream, and the second is the Regional New South Wales stream. The fund will see the developing of quality sport infrastructure compatible with current and future demand. The projects can include new facilities or improved or refurbished facilities. But most of all, we want to see a positive impact and support for participation and performance in sport at all levels. Round 1 of the Greater Cities and Regional Sport Facility Fund resulted in more than 54 million being awarded to 91 sporting bodies and councils for projects that are stimulating local economies, boosting employment, and promoting healthy lifestyles across New South Wales. Round 2 was highly competitive, and unfortunately, not all projects could be successful. 110 applications were received for the Greater Cities stream, and 217 applications were received for the regional stream. 29 million was awarded to 44 successful projects within the Greater Cities stream, and 25 million was awarded to 47 projects within the regional stream. It was encouraging to see the diverse range of projects across New South Wales in Round 1, and we look forward to receiving your applications in Round 2. In Round 2 of the fund, the New South Wales Government is allocating up to 25 million for the Regional Sport Facility Fund and up to 21 million for the Greater Cities Sport Facility Fund. The minimum grant amount is $100,000 and the maximum is $1 million. It is important to note that all projects are to be completed before the 30th of June 2023. Now, the fund opened on Monday, the 30th of August 2021, and will close at 12 noon on Friday, the 8th of October 2021. The objectives of the fund include increasing the number and type of sport facilities, improving the standard of facilities, and increasing sport participation. We aim to increase participation by providing universally designed and innovative facilities and to improve facilities for the people and communities that need it the most. To achieve this, we will be focusing on universally designed and functional facilities, improving the utilisation of facilities by improving their multi-use capabilities, and the adoption of technologies or design initiatives that help improve environmental sustainability. To be eligible for the Greater Cities Fund, you must be located in one of the 33 local government areas in Greater Sydney, or in Newcastle or in Wollongong. To be eligible for the Regional Fund, you must be located in local government authorities in regional New South Wales, Lord Howe Island, or the unincorporated Far West. The guidelines provide a complete list of all eligible locations. Now, eligible organisations include state sporting organisations and state sporting organisations for people with a disability, or national sporting organisations where the state body is part of a unitary governance model. It also includes incorporated, community-based, not-for-profit sporting organisations whose primary purpose is to deliver sport activities or programs. or organisations that provide sport and recreation programs such as PCYC, YMCA, and YWCA. Organisations that own and administer public parklands are also eligible, and so are private enterprises. Moving on to eligible land types, and they include Crown Reserve lands, land owned by a public authority, land held for public purposes by trustees under a valid lease, title, or trust deed that protects the interests of the public, land vested in the New South Wales Aboriginal Land Councils under the New South Wales Aboriginal Land Rights Act, and private land that benefits the community's interest in sport. Applicants are required to provide a signed letter of consent from the landowner for the project and will need to provide evidence of their tenure and lease arrangements. Now, a list of eligible and ineligible project components are contained in our guidelines, so please check these lists before finalising your applications. It is important to also note that projects must have an approved development application, or at least demonstrate a development application is not required. This is because we want these projects to be delivered quickly, that is, shovel ready, and we want the projects to be completed before the 30th of June 2023. Other requirements that you need to consider include for projects costing $1 million or more, a 25% financial co-contribution of the grant amount requested will be required. Evidence of the co-contribution is required and can be uploaded as a supporting document in the Smarty Grants online application system. For all other projects, a co-contribution will be considered favourably. Projects must be able to commence construction within 6 months of funding being announced. And as mentioned previously, all projects are expected to be fully completed by the 30th of June 2023. For projects of $5 million or more, a statement of support from a relevant state sporting organisation or national sporting organisation is an eligibility requirement. So please ensure you reach out to your respective state sporting organisation to get their endorsement. We have recently transitioned our grants to a new portal system called Smarty Grants. The online system is user-friendly, registration is simple, and the completion of the new Grants Online application will be supported by instructions and some hints as well. Please visit the Smarty Grants link listed on this slide and allow yourself time to familiarise yourself with this new portal. As applications are now open, you can download a copy of the application form from the Smarty Grants website prior to commencing your application. The ability to download and preview the application form is extremely valuable. It gives you the opportunity to share the application form and the requirements with other people involved in preparing your final submission. Please note that applicants will now need to complete an application form in Smarty Grants, as opposed to submitting a project plan as we asked for in round 1. Now, submitting this application form in Smarty Grants for projects under $5 million is required. Projects of $5 million and more must still complete and submit a business case in addition to completing the generic form requirements. So please keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the application process. Step 1, check your eligibility. Before you apply, please read the guidelines and related materials, including the 2021-2022 application checklist, to make sure you understand all relevant requirements and that your organisation and project are eligible. All documents are available on the relevant fund webpage, and the links on this slide are available through our Office of Sport Grants webpage. Step 2, prepare your application. Applying for the Greater Cities and Regional Sport Facility Fund is simple. It's a really simple process using the Smarty Grants platform. And that platform is at sport.smartygrants.com.au/GCRSFF-2021-2022. Please note that this is the same link regardless of what stream you are applying for. When you enter your project address, the application form will adjust to either the Greater Cities or the regional stream based on your project location. Step 3, submit your application. Complete the application by filling in each of the sections and upload supporting documentation, including a business case for projects more than $5 million. Submit your application, including all supporting documents, by 12 noon, Friday, the 8th of October, 2021. Assessment criteria and assessment process. Once we've received all applications, we'll undergo an eligibility check and will undergo a merit assessment against the strategic justification of the project, the scope and inclusive design, project affordability and deliverability. An eligibility checklist is available on the grants website, so please ensure you can download this and ensure you haven't missed anything prior to your submission. Also on our website, we have a number of supporting documents available to you to assist in the preparation of your application. This includes the program guidelines, fact sheets, frequently asked questions, the eligibility checklist templates, and a number of pro forma documents you may seek to use. If you do have any questions when preparing your application, please call our friendly team on 13 13 02 or email us at infrastructuregrants@sport.nsw.gov.au. Now for the all-important timeline. Applications close on 12 noon, Friday, the 8th of October, 2021. The assessment process will be completed in the following months, and successful projects will be announced from December 2021 onwards. Funding agreements will be finalised from January 2022 and onwards, with projects to be completed by the 30th of June 2023. After this, a final project report and acquittal will be required. Now, over the next few slides are some typical questions that we've already received. The first question relates to whether a council can submit more than one application. And the answer is yes, a council can submit more than one application. In fact, any applicant can submit up to 3 applications, with each requesting up to $1 million per round. If multiple applications are submitted, then applicants may wish to advise on their priorities accordingly. The second question is whether a council can submit an application on behalf of a sporting club. And the answer is again yes, a council can submit an application on behalf of a sporting club. But this means that council will be the grant recipient and also will be responsible for the project. We have also received questions about the purpose of the facility use agreement. The facility use schedule assists in understanding the demands for the facility and what changes may be expected as a result of the government's investment. The next question is regarding financial co-contribution. And yes, for projects costing more than $1 million or more, a 25% financial co-contribution will be required. For all other projects, the co-contribution will be considered more favourably. We also received questions throughout round 1 about when an organisation needs to provide a statement of support from a state sporting organisation or from a national sporting organisation. Letters of support are required for projects of $5 million or more and should be provided with your application. Please note that if your facility project is to be used by multiple sports, you should provide a letter from each state sporting organisation or national sporting organisation. Finally, for those looking for feedback on round 1 applications, the Office of Sport does not provide direct feedback on individual applications, but instead high-level feedback for all unsuccessful applications has been published on the respective grant pages available via the links below. I would encourage all organisations to review this feedback to assist you in putting forward a competitive application for round 2. Now, thank you everybody for your time today and for your interest in the Greater Cities and Regional Sport Facility Fund. We do very much look forward to receiving your applications by Friday, the 8th of October, 2021 at 12 noon. Take care, everybody, and good luck.